and welcome to Little Learners. In today's video I wanted to talk to you about internet safety with your children. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can become part of the Little Learners family, and give this video a like if you find it helpful, as it really helps out the channel. There has been a lot of talk recently about something called the Momo challenge. This is supposedly a challenge which uses a very scary face and asks children to commit very dangerous actions. And apparently the Momo challenge was all to do with YouTube videos and people putting these horrible messages and images in the middle of children's videos on YouTube. This apparent challenge got a lot of media coverage and spread like wildfire across social media, and parents would then share it with each other. The fear just bred more fear until there was pretty much no one who didn't know about this. Most recent official reports state that the Momo challenge was in fact a hoax and that this wasn't a real thing. It was just something that someone made up because they thought in their sick way that it would be funny. The fact that it blew up on social media and the press started reporting on it a lot meant that fear just built up for everyone. And the thing is, I don't want to really get on the topic of fake news, but fake news does spread so quickly in our society today, particularly with social media. Is it a hoax? Well, official reports say yes, it was a hoax. However, because this has gained so much publicity and has caused so much fear for people, it has encouraged copycats. So people have actually started to implement this Momo challenge into videos on YouTube. The very scary face that is used for this Momo challenge is actually just a sculpture by an artist. I believe the artist makes sculptures for horror films, so I can imagine that the artist is having an extremely difficult time with this, because how awful to have your work linked to something so terrible. Now, there have been some reports of people now seeing this come up in YouTube videos, and this is where it can get really scary. If in the middle of Peppa Pig, which is the one that people talk about the most, this face comes up and starts telling a child to do something, otherwise something bad will happen to them, it's extremely scary for the child. Now, I don't know if you know this already, but this is not a new phenomenon. For years now, we have known that people have been putting very unkind things in the middle of children's YouTube videos. I remember a few years ago I was showing children videos on YouTube of the author who wrote "We're Going on a Bear Hunt," and someone started re-uploading his videos with horrible things in the middle of them. And so when I found out about that, it meant that I had to really make sure that I was getting the videos from a reputable source, so from his own YouTube channel, and that I was watching them through first to make sure that they were okay. And so while this isn't a new phenomenon, it obviously has gained a lot of traction recently and lots more people have started to talk about it. Which, even though this is terrifying, the fact that people are talking about it is a good thing. Because, and I really want to emphasize this to all parents out there, the internet is not a safe place, particularly for children. The internet, for many of us and for many young parents, has been around for a very long time, and we grew up with the internet. It has become part of our everyday lives, and I think that sometimes it's very easy to forget just what you can find on the internet, and just how easy it is for someone to manipulate someone through the internet. So we think about children talking to other people online. People discuss that all the time. But the idea of being able to put a message in the middle of a video that to a parent seems like it's going to be innocent is a very clever way to target people across the internet. I say clever, not good, but still it is a very clever way to do that. So that means that as parents, teachers, caregivers, we have to be even smarter. So, what can you do to help your child? First of all, if your child is hearing about this Momo challenge at school, I've heard reports of children telling other children to look it up, because if a child hears about something and it's a bit taboo, or they know they're not supposed to kind of know about it, they will be interested in it. So if your child does hear about it at school and mentions it to you, do not tell them, just don't look at that, ignore it. You need to explain to them why they shouldn't be looking at it and why they don't need to worry about it. Tell them that it is not a real person and they should never let someone on the internet tell them what to do. And by giving them this understanding, it helps them to move forward and hopefully safeguards them against things like this that may come up in the future. Another thing that you can do is when you are looking for videos for your children to watch, so for example, if you just need them to watch a Peppa Pig episode on your phone for a minute while you're doing something, don't just search Peppa Pig on YouTube and trust the first one that comes up, because you have no idea who uploaded that to YouTube. Unless it is from the maker of that program itself, you should not trust it. And to be honest, even then, there's no harm in you just checking through it to make sure it's all okay. Do not trust re-uploads from other people. Another thing that I would recommend is only letting children use the internet and watch videos where you can see them and you can see what they're watching or what they are doing. You need to know at any moment what your child is seeing on the internet, and you need to be monitoring it so that you know it is safe. Something else you can do with children who are slightly older, who maybe have a phone or an iPad, or if you have a family phone or iPad or something like that that they use, make sure you are subjecting them to spot checks. Don't tell them when they're happening, but they just need to know that at any time you can ask for that device and look through it, look through their internet history, look through text messages if you feel that's appropriate, so that you can make sure that they are safe. And the whole point of this is that children shouldn't be too worried about it if they're not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing. Also, this way you can catch anything that your child might be seeing that they don't know is inappropriate for their age to see. It's also a really good idea to take a look at some parental control applications, and I will link a few in the description below. So I hope that this video will just help remind you of the things that you can do as a parent or a caregiver to safeguard your child when they're on the internet, and how to talk to them about anything upsetting that is happening, such as the Momo challenge kind of hoax that's been going around. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, as it really helps out the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.